man. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just playing. Ben's here. I'm here.
Another person is in here who'll be docked 50 cents.
This is a pre-getting. What's a pre-getting?
Is that something like a prequel?
Yeah, you know what I mean, like an EP to like the fix before the six.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, this is the fix before the six. And we usually talk about stuff over here. Listen, man, Dame Lillard got traded for one of these, you know what I'm saying, and a gallon of ENJ and Yusuf Nurkic, and it's great. I can't believe it,
bro. Did you see?
Love football now.
Did you see Jimmy Butler say like, "Hey, y'all need to look at the Bucks. They're doing some contract tampering."
Yo, the way for a man that was tampering with Rachel Nichols in the bubble doesn't mean need to be talking about no tampering.
All right, man. Let me hit the intro. I'm gonna hit the intro. Let's get into it.
Tell him I probably send your bitch to give me some chicken. If you ain't knowing, love, it's the list.
This nigga popped up back with the belt. Yeah, it's been 2 minutes, right? So I can say, nigga. Yeah, man, nigga popped back up with the belt that he's about to lose.
Yeah,
2 times over.
Hey, man. Hey, man, why don't you tell the people who we are? If they're first time listeners, just let them know who they are. Let them introduce the champ right here. That's what I want you to do. Introduce the champ.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people. We are the Public Enemies podcast, the greatest podcast to ever exist, the greatest podcast to ever be enthralled, the greatest 3 men to ever take breaths together to talk about stuff that you guys want to hear. All right, you're welcome.
I like that.
We are the PE3 -1. You know what I mean? The Red Ranger's not here. You know what I mean? He has to do grown-up shit, and he wants to see how we're going to survive with him doing grown-up shit. And then this is going to be the episode where you definitely leave your younger, irresponsible brothers at the house by themselves, and then we're going to fucking tear this house up today. So you're welcome, and thank Graham for this. So thank you, Graham. And get that money. Tell Elon to pay us.
Come on, man. Let the people know who I am. Let them know who I am.
Yo,
the champ.
I first off, Big Gucci Jizzle, aka Trap McAfee. You know what I'm saying? 1/3 of the original PE3. Us three. And listen, I only know one PE3, and it's this one right here. So you know what I'm saying? The other original of the PE3, the Waco Kid, aka the Benevolent Champ, Benevolent Benjamin. You know what I mean? He did the little young bucks. I'm saying did the little Matt Jackson pose. You know what I mean? Fresh off of winning the game with the Indianapolis Colts, Matt Jackson. What's going on, champ?
Off the field goal too. I'm like, Gardner Minshew looks like Adam Cole, Matt Jackson, Andrew McIntyre all at the same time. I'm like, bro. Especially like
every black dude got a friend that looks exactly like Gardner Minshew. Like every black dude got a friend that looks exactly like Gardner Minshew. He smokes more weed than everybody.
Bro. He smokes more weed, but there are also like 3 holes in his bedroom wall. And you don't say nothing because you just over there to play 2K. That's it. That's it.
That's all I want to do. If we get on Warzone, like what are we doing? Like, yo, did you put your head through that wall, bro? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? The night you put your head through the wall for 1942. Hey, man, you better than me, man. I lost my kill streak,
bro. Yo, I just be in the corner. Man, the whole time I just be in the corner. I be like, yo, man, seeing this man talk to his mom like that, I'm like, you know what? It ain't my mom. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be over here before he start talking to me like that, and it's gonna really be a problem. But like you said, you hit the nail on the head. Graham's not here this week. The last few times I remember us being left alone together, we burnt the place down and we had to rebuild some of it. But tonight it won't be like that because we are mature adults and we can get through this together. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we're gonna burn this place down. We're gonna leave it burnt down. That's what we're gonna do. I'm saying it's anarchy tonight, y'all. This is episode 274.
274.
I knew I was close. 70,000 was close to 74. We are here. It's been a big week in wrestling, and the champ is here to lose to the future champ, the people's champ.
All right, man.
And no, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. How does it feel to lose twice? You're gonna lose twice.
Bro,
and that's listen, y'all. Listen, behind the fourth wall, okay, behind the Brett Favre wall. When you we be talking a lot of shit to each other in the group chat during this. Listen, we can't wait to win. Listen, I'm about to beat the dog shit out you. No, you're not. You suck. You suck and I hate you. We hate each other when it's time to go for that belt. That's how you know that PE3 number 1 means everything to us.
That's what you call a healthy sibling rivalry, man.
Hey, man, a healthy sibling rivalry. Listen, a group full of winners.
There you go. Hey, switching gears a little bit. You want to get into small package news, or you just want to talk about what you said earlier about the Dolphins beating the dog shit out of Colorado? You want to talk about
Sean
that?
Payton, I've never seen a human being live off of one Super Bowl like the person that's his quarterback, other than Sean Payton. It's so amazing to me. And then to get dropped 70, and there was 9 minutes to go. That was mercy.
Bro,
listen, mercy. See, Mike McDaniels. I know he got an inch of black in him. You know what I mean? I know he got probably 4-5 centimeters of black in him. He's ambiguous. And the nigga in him, I know wanted to be yo, man, I want to drop 500. Yo, thank you, man. That's what. Yeah, pardon self. You know what I mean? Pardon self. You know what I mean? Correction, not punishment. I know he wanted to put 112 on him. I used to be the ball boy. You didn't give me no nothing. And now you had to get beat. But not only did you get 70 dropped on you, but then you lost by 50.
That shit is wild. Hey, no more Broncos country. No more Broncos country. The countryside is on fire. Bro, facts. Hey, man. Hey, speak you know what? Let's ride out of this conversation. Let's ride into small package news. We don't got no music this week, but it's okay. Imagine it in your mind and add it in post in your mind.
No more Broncos country. Let's ride to small package news because these niggas suck. Yeah, new song. You welcome, y'all.
All right, that's on point. Hey, small package news. We kicking it off this week with small package news. Sami Callihan has announced. Well, not Sami Callihan originally. PW Insider announced that if Sami Callihan did not reach a deal with Impact Wrestling by October 1st, that he was going to be leaving Impact. And later on that day, Sami Callihan posted that picture that I just had up of free agent, September 30th, 2023. So it looks like he's on his way out the door. And the word is also from PW Insider that there are a lot of companies who are, quote, interested in him. So, so good for Sami Callihan. I don't know too much about. Don't do that.
Nah, man. No, Sami Callihan, cool. You know what I'm saying? He had a big moment. You know what I'm saying? Fighting the she who should not be named. That was his. And I think that's the one thing that I think that just effed him, that fucked him the most. He had that big old thing with Tessa Blanchard, and then that shit was a big ass fucking moment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And in wrestling in general, just yo, man, she won the Impact World Championship. You know what I mean? And then he did that, he did that job. You You know what I'm saying? And made her look like Sami Callihan is one of them. Like, yo, he's definitely I'm not gonna disrespect that nigga like that, man. I was just fucking around. Like Sami Callihan, no, he good. He's one of them ones. He's one of them ones. He can definitely be like he's definitely impacts Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yo,
throw him in anything, and it's gonna be good.
facts. Look for Sami Callihan in a wrestling company near you in starting September 30th.
Somebody gotta sign him. Y'all got the money.
Yo, I thought you were like, usually when I'm like, who do you think this person who's left whatever company is gonna sign to? And usually you say Impact. So he can't go to Impact this time. So there's that.
We're not going to the USFL, you know what I'm saying? Where do you think you're gonna go? So what you got? NXT, like he can go to NXT and do he can take the Drew McIntyre route if you wanted to. He's Sami Callihan is just as good as fucking shout out to Cassius Ohno. He's just you can put him anywhere. He's definitely one of them system quarterbacks that you can just kind of drop in, and then he can do whatever you want him to do, man, because he's a wrestler, man. He's one of them slightly shout out to the chubby niggas, you know what I'm saying, making the chubby niggas, you know what I'm saying, live out there doing backflips and shit. You know what I mean? And he's always been nice, man. It just I think it just sucks that shit just fucking sucks that his fucking whole half of his legacy is tied to that bitch. But yeah, man.
Hey, man. Yo, while we're on the subject of contracts, there was also some news this week about Eddie Kingston. He did an interview on ad-free shows saying that he had re-upped with AEW for a 4-year deal.
2 belts will do that. You know what I'm saying? 2 belts is a hell of a leverage. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Hey.
Bro.
He'll go over there and run Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying? He's the Ring of Honor is in good hands with Eddie Kingston, and then he'll probably get rid of the open weight strong title in New Japan if he felt like it. But he probably could do both. He could probably hold both. Eddie Kingston's that nigga, man.
Facts, man. Eddie Kingston, he is going to be putting both titles on the line against Shibata, and we're going to get into that when we get to predictions in just a few. But we have a couple more things for small package news. Let's see. SmackDown will be moving to USA Network starting 2024.
Oh, and they're moving days to Tuesday. What about NXT?
Yeah, it looks like right now, though, NXT and Monday Night Raw are up in the air. Sports Business Journal basically reported that NBCU is the front runner right now to retain the rights to Raw and I guess NXT. So they're looking like they're going to retain the rights to both of those right now, but SmackDown will be coming over to the network. It's been also discussed about moving Monday Night Raw off of Mondays and onto a different night entirely. There are also other companies who are interested in those TV rights, like Disney and Amazon are interested in the rights to Monday Night Raw as well. But, we're just going to have to wait and see on that. But it looks like NBCU is the front runner to retain those rights.
I hope so. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But listen, Monday Night Raw is not going anywhere. All right. That's the biggest thing on that network next to Law and Order SVU fucking reruns. All right. So that's not going anywhere.
Hey, but Monday Night Raw. You got
that is about that's about as American as Monday Night Football. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to see, now I want to see what's on Fridays? Rampage?
Yeah.
You move NXT to Fridays and see how it competes with Rampage, and that's gonna be the let's see how that shit goes. It could be the Friday Night Wars that you guys love so much. That's what I want to see.
They did Friday Night Wars for 1 week, and then they were like, "Yeah, we got the demographic," and they were like, "What about the numbers?" Yeah, we got the demographic, and it's like, okay,
listen, man, listen. Young white boys and young niggas love this shit, and bitches that love them niggas that love this shit, and they love this shit, so they be liking this shit.
Bro,
I want to see Rampage against NXT.
I don't want that much wrestling on a Friday night, bro. I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to watch a movie and fall asleep on a Friday.
But if they're gonna
night,
move SmackDown,
I'm an old man.
If they're gonna move SmackDown, like, why not run them back to back? I'll run them head to head. See who's really like. Let's see, and then like whoever loses the first month, I'm saying got to move to 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we got 5, big dog. You got to go after. We got to go after the Ice Cube episode with Big Boy in it. We got eaten by a hyena. Like, you got to wait.
Sick nigga, you sick man, bro. Yo, this is not the best way to segue into that, but like the next thing that I have for small packages in the last bit is LA Knight is out with COVID.
Speaking of hyenas,
no, no, this man is out with COVID. He was originally supposed to be a part of the ending segment on SmackDown. They were supposed to, like, with John Cena and the Bloodline, he was supposed to come out and take AJ Styles' place and like join up with John Cena, or at least that's what's believed. What was the plan? He got to the venue, found out that he had COVID. They told him to go home, and it was just like a whole thing. Right now, as of right now, John Cena is slated for Fastlane to be in a handicap match against the Bloodline. It looks like if he recovers in time, he will be back to help out John Cena and to be his partner at Fastlane. But prayers up to LA Knight. I know it's been like COVID been out for a few years, but it's still something you don't want to fuck with. Man. It's still something you don't want to fuck with.
It's still getting 3-year contracts, dog. Like somehow, man, like they're still signing. Like they signed TJ Ford again. Like who's giving these niggas contracts? COVID ain't going nowhere, man. T's and P's are like, listen, you don't take nothing. Any sickness, I take that shit serious. Like, get yourself together, and like at least they found it like soon as you got in there. And then like now, like new shit, you only got to be out for 3 days and shit. So he's probably over there already working on this shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the government not caring about us anymore. And just get your shit together, man. Listen. Whatever it takes to get LA Knight on my screen, I'm with it.
Yo, man, give him the super soldier serum and let him get out there.
Yo, Captain America. Yo, and they won't let Mark McGuire and Barry Bonds into the Hall of Fame. but Captain America is supposed to lead us against. All right, man. Yeah.
Yo, man. Hey,
you better get well soon.
Yeah, facts. Do you wanna talk about AEW? Do you want to get into predictions for WrestleDream?
Yo, before we get into that, let's talk about this little rumor that I heard.
Okay, go ahead.
About this man Tony Khan trying to buy like the entire New Japan Wrestling.
Yo, word?
Yeah, I heard through the grapevine in England of the talk of wrestles that they said that Tony Khan was trying to get a bid in to buy New Japan Wrestling, and I'm like, that's like you ever heard the definition of fuck you money? Like that's just like, man. The niggas is like Vaughn. Shout out to Vaughn, man.
Yo, that's crazy. Putting in a bid for New Japan Wrestling, just like walking into Gato's office, like,
hey, guess what, blood? I got $27 million right now for you. Think about that offer. Like, you know how all these fucking artists is selling their fucking masters for a whole bunch of money and shit. Think about somebody coming in like, listen, I got $67 million for you right now, for everything that you have. You with it?
Bro, I get it. I get it in cash.
Like, I can get it in cash. Like, we ain't even paid Trevor Lawrence yet. Like, we ain't paid that nigga yet. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, they were talking about him buying the New Japan. I'm like, there's no way you can buy New Japan. It was like, well, like Antonio Inoki, RIP. I'm like, I mean, motherfuckers is greedy, but I hope Tony Khan don't try to do that shit, man. Keep it the WrestleDream.
Yeah, facts. Like this, I think this is like what, the 7th pay-per-view of the year for AEW.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Like, I think we talked about this before. Ben, I was like, man, I remember there was a whole bunch of people talking about, like, I love AEW because they only have a pay-per-view here and a pay-per-view there. And now there's a pay-per-view coming every month. Like, I mean, price of fame, big dog.
I mean, like, my thing was I don't know how much longer you can like ask your fan base, and we're moving right on into the AEW conversation. But my whole thing was I don't know how much longer you can ask your fan base to put out $50 for like a pay-per-view. Like what you said, when it was 4 and you're paying like, I'm sorry, 60. So you're paying $60 4 times a year for a company that you want to help grow. $240. That's not really much when you're putting that towards something that you enjoy. That's like money you can set to the side. Like, that's right there. But like as it grows, like I think that Warner Brothers is like, yo, y'all got to put out 12 of these. So like imagine like now you're spending $720 a year. My whole thing is I think next year like it would be in the best interest of everybody to put it all on Max and just like do like every pay-per-view on there, because they are adding they're adding a sports tier to the Max, where they're going to be adding NBA games, NHL games, and there's a couple of more. So I think AEW would fit in perfectly, and you could do sort of a WWE AEW sort of a network kind of thing on there and put all of like your back catalog, and then you could add your new pay-per-views on there, because they are like do have like the Bleacher Report little thing that you could buy, like the shows and stuff on there. They had that on there. No, that's incorporated into the deal, I think. So imagine that, like you put that on that little tier, that add-on for the sports for Max. I think that fits perfectly.
That's lit. That's such a good Ben, you're a fucking genius. Like, listen, if you want to give Ben a check, you know what I'm saying, you got to split it 3 ways, because you know what I mean, like he's part of the gang now. But no, that's a fucking like the WWE network. Like this is exactly what they did. Like when the WWE network first came out, that shit was $9.99. But it was like you get every pay-per-view, and then you can watch everything else you want to do. They're like, oh, okay. And then like paying 10 instead of 60, that shit adds up. You know what I mean? Like if you want to pay $120, they definitely like if you want to I'm surprised like none of these niggas ain't holler at Amazon yet. Like listen, Amazon Prime has been waiting to pay money to people that don't deserve it.
Bro, like we said last week, like or maybe it was a few weeks ago, Amazon Prime, I forget who it was in the comments, was like Amazon Prime is just basically like Tubi, like a couple of bells and whistles. And I'm like, I believe that 100%. This shit is just basically like Tubi, because all the shit is all the shit is like, hey, you can get add-ons here to buy this channel. You get add-ons to buy this. And I'm like, why don't I just go to the streaming service and get a month's subscription on there instead of buying it through you? Like this don't make no fucking sense. But
nigga, we got Thursday Night Football, nigga. Look, Marshawn, come here, Marshawn. Listen, if Amazon paying Marshawn a bag, you know what I mean? Like, imagine Marshawn calling AEW pay-per-views, nigga, with the Manning cast.
Niggas got the shitty games.
Niggas got the Browns versus the Jaguars. Like, damn, that's an AEW right there, man. Hey, what if they signed with Amazon Prime and then all Thursday night games were just fucking Jaguars games?
Yo, it wouldn't be too much different than the Jets getting all of those like primetime games only for old boy to get injured.
Them niggas sick. But you make that schedule. You were like, yeah, we're gonna have Aaron Rodgers play on this Sunday night. Then we're gonna wait a couple weeks. And then we're gonna have him playing this Sunday night. Then you imagine like we're gonna have Kenny Omega this night, right? But then we go wait. You know what I'm saying? Then we go have like a little listen. We have like a little watch party. You feel me? You know what I mean? Then we gonna have like another pay-per-view. And then Kenny Omega gonna be, but Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be there for none of them fucking Monday night games. I'm gonna have to watch now. The one that have 2 a night. They're going to send them niggas to Germany. I hope they didn't send them niggas to Germany, because them German niggas going to be pissed having to see Zach Wilson.
Hey, man. Hey, let's get into the show. Because we
Yo,
can talk
man.
about this all night. Let's get into the show.
Yo,
We're
WrestleDream.
gonna run through predictions for WrestleDream while we do the show. Like, because we got predictions for No Mercy as well, and we got some other segments and things we're talking about. Like we said, it was a big week. Like, I feel like for wrestling news, either feast or famine, and this was a feast week. So let's kick it off, man. What we got for the first prediction?
Man, the first prediction is what we have right here. Yo, Freeway Ricky Starks, you know what I'm saying, versus Healer Yuta, you know what I mean? This Sunday, you know what I mean? WrestleDream, you know what I'm saying? 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. That means it's 8 for Ben and 5 for me. You know what I mean? But
I don't know if you saw like where this came from. Like Bryan Danielson had the match, like the Texas Death Match against Ricky Starks on Collision. And you know he did. He was like, "Oh, you couldn't tap me, couldn't pin me." Willie Yuta walks up to him like, "Hey, you talking crazy about my man's? I got to step in and I got to defend his honor." I feel like Wheeler Yuta just be popping up when nobody fucking asks for him. It's like, bro, what are you doing here?
Bro, we reference the Warriors movie a lot. Like Willa Yuta is Rembrandt, dog. Like you're Rembrandt. Like you the nigga that's supposed to be spraying the spray paint on the walls and shit, nigga. But like I like the enthusiasm of Willa Yuta because like he's a nigga that he's the nigga that wants to shoot first. He's the nigga that you can't get the gun to because he's gonna shoot the first nigga that he sees that looks at them wrong. And I respect that shit, but you about to get your ass beat by a king known as Ricky Starks. You know what I mean? I'm picking Ricky.
Yeah. Give me Ricky Starks as well because I feel like after these 2 losses to Bryan Danielson, I feel like he needs a pick me up, and this would be the perfect way. Like I feel like he's had some really cool moments, and he's had some really cool things that he's done. But I feel like you need a dub in there somewhere. Like you could do cool shit all day, but you need a dub on your record. Like you could, you could go out there, you could throw for 300 yards, but if you taking an L, it's like, okay, well, I ended up on Sports Center. Now what? Like, nah, you need a W in that column, and I'm gonna give it to Ricky.
Yo, Ricky is like, I'd have done enough. I'm gonna lose to him, but Wheeler, I ain't losing to the little homie of the group. Like Wheeler, like I think Wheeler has a good showing, as they say, in the most toxic place in the world at IWC. Like I think he's gonna have a good showing. I think he's gonna get all his shit off. I think he's gonna have all his moves, and I think Ricky is gonna make him look like $1 million, but he's gonna look like $722 million. And I don't think it's gonna be quick, but I think it's gonna be quicker than normal. And yeah, I got Ricky winning by murder. So yeah.
Okay, all right, I like that. By murder, all right. By heart stoppage.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Heart stoppage. He just quit. He was like, all right, blood, that's enough, man. Stop you kicking him in the head, Poppy. Stop it. Pause. And,
hey, what we got next?
The match that everybody's been waiting for, the one that fans have been talking about, that they said that they've been waiting for forever. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, you haven't. Stop playing with me, dog. Like you niggas, like you wrestling fans that try to make us feel bad for being not as wrestling fans. You wrestling fans wouldn't even worry about this shit. But I've been worrying about this shit right here. Old goat, Bryan Danielson against Zack Sabre Jr. In a dream match. Is the title on the line? It should be.
Look. I gotta give it to Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson, like, yo, y'all gonna give me every win I ask. Well, you know what? He's like a selfless wrestler, so I don't know if he's asking for the wins, but either way, I'm taking Bryan Danielson, especially if the title's not on the line. Yeah,
bro, I'm a selfless wrestler for my squad. I don't know this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But like, listen, he be over there doing stuff, but. Bro,
ugly ass belt.
I can't even that ugly ass belt. I don't even think I think I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is gonna get this one. I think it's gonna be. I'm picking Zack Sabre Jr. I think it's gonna be one of them. Like this is like Oh, like I'm a weird ass nigga. Like them weird ass like Mr. Perfect E versus Bret Hardy, just like moves on moves on moves. Like this is gonna be for that ultra super neck beard. Like this is gonna be for the neckbeard's dad. This is gonna be a neckbeard's dad match. Because it's gonna have all the moves, it's gonna have all the chin locks in it, all the arm drags, all the dragon suplexes. Like it's gonna have every move that you can think of, like all the submissions. Like this is gonna be like a mini submission match. All the people that you claim that love Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, like the submission matches and shit. Like this is gonna have every single submission that you can think of, and I think they're gonna put on a show. I think this is gonna be the best match of the night, actually.
Facts. Like most definitely. Like I'm like we said, like I'll take Bryan Danielson because personally, if I see like the title's not on the line, if the title's on the line, I say something a little different. But it's like, bro, I like yo, it's gotta be Bryan Danielson. And like this is one of the matches that he has been trying to get for a while. I think this is probably one of the matches. Like, you remember when he was trying to get WWE to fire him and he was just saying wild shit, like on Talking Smack and everything like that. I think this is one of the matches that he wanted to have where he was like, I really want to have that match. Like, AJ Styles, come over here. You know the earth ain't flat, right? Like,
I want to go to Japan, bro. It's like, when you go to Japan, bro, you're like, listen. Daniel, I'll call you. Like, Daniel, I'll call you. Like, listen, you can go to Japan whenever you want, Daniel. Like, you can go to Japan whenever I want Zack Sabre Jr. Listen, Daniel. I don't think you want that right now. You just got off the like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
It'll definitely be one to watch. What we got next on the card?
Oh man, what's next over here? Is this Aussie Open versus FTR. FTR bald and FTR not bald.
FTR Blicky.
OTF FTR. You know what I mean? OTFTR Blicky. They're gonna be Aussie Open. Like, I don't know why they just shoehorned them into this. I think they shoehorned them into this shit because the Acclaim have the Trios Championship.
It was like, hey, we're here. Like, you know, we're signed, right? It's like, it feels like one of those matches, but I don't like, I haven't seen like much hype behind it because like, I be like, sometimes when Dynamite is on, I be trying to like, you know, get things going and everything like that. Like, I be putting the kids to bed and all that. Sometimes I miss some of this stuff. I can't remember if there was much hype behind this match. But I'm gonna have to take FTR. It's like, nigga, we not losing the fucking Aussie Open, bro. What the fuck? Like, they going over to Australia in the other company, nigga. You taking this L over here, bro. If you wanna go to Australia, nigga, you better call them niggas up. Ain't nobody gonna answer, but you still gonna call them up.
Yo, if you lost to these niggas that just became a tag team begrudgingly for clicks. Like, you're not losing against the best tag team, probably the best tag team in the world when the Young Bucks don't feel like doing stuff. And and I just I think this whole AEW. No, I'm gonna get into the shit. Like, this whole AEW tag team division, like, as much as they want to down this wrestling tag team divisions in general is in shambles, and it's niggas like FTR and like Judgment Day, I guess. You know what I mean? But like, like niggas like FTR, like the Aussie Opens and shit, like they're trying to hold it down and try to make it, even with the women's tag team division. Like, it just, like, niggas don't want to see, like, wrestling don't want to see niggas be together. So like, let people be together and then like win as a unit. And I think FTR is going to smoke these niggas.
Facts.
And listen, like, for people out there, like, every person that we pick, like, whoever loses, that's who Graham picked because he's not here. So like, everybody that loses, like, that's who exactly Graham picked. Like, damn, Graham picked them to win out there. Like, damn, that's crazy.
Hey, leave it up to you. Graham's score gonna be looking like the Broncos.
Well, look like, look, this nigga Graham dropped 70. Like, he picked everybody. Like, swear to God. Like, speaking of swear to God, like, yo, who? Like, let's go back to wrestling. Look, I'm excited for WrestleDream, and I don't like stuff on Sundays.
Facts.
especially when football is back. So hopefully you can do something with this AEW. Who's next right here? You know what I mean? For the TNT Championship, 2 out of 3 falls.
Yo, go ahead. I mean, cut you off. Go ahead.
No, just Christian.
Darby Allin versus Christian
Christian
Cage.
Christian is so amazing, blood. I don't even know why I like Christian, man.
Like they had a face-to-face interview with JR tonight, and Christian Cage went into like his usual like thing, like he was like, "Yo, man, like your dad's dead or whatever," and like or whatever relative that you have on hand is dead. Like we all know like the story of like Darby Allin and his uncle and everything like that. MJF and him like told that story when they went up against each other about his uncle like driving drunk and getting killed or whatever. And Christian Cage was like, "Hey, why don't you invite your uncle?" Like, "Oh, that's right, you can't because he's dead." And like,
so
like Darby Allin like did a spin move out of that shit. He was like, "Hey," like he cut him off before he got a chance to say. He was like, "Oh, you gonna say he's dead?" He was like, "I already know that, motherfucker." He was like, "Yo, you can't keep bringing that shit up every time." He's like, "You always want to bring up somebody dead." He's like, "You know, you always like the only people you got smoke for is motherfuckers that are dead." Like I was like, "Oh, that's smooth." I was like, I ain't gonna lie, but it didn't stop Christian Cage because he still brought that shit up later in the face to face. He was like, "Hey, look, man, I don't care who you bring." He's like, "Bring your mom, bring your dad, bring your uncle, bring your aunt, bring your granny, whatever." He said, "You could bring Nick Wayne. You could bring his mama." He's like, "You know what? I'll call his mama. I got his number. She'll be there. Front row." He was like, "You know what?" It's like, and also you could call Buddy Wayne." And then he stopped himself. He's like, "Oh, that's right.
He did."
Like
It's
that,
like your uncle.
like, bro. He
Christian
was
gotta get
just
stabbed.
like, I really enjoyed it because I liked the part where Christian Cage like throwing all this stuff at him, and he's like, "You weren't even real like TNT champion." He was like, "Yeah, I was." He was like, I was a champion the whole time. Like AEW like TNT championship, I was in the back."
Yo, he definitely gave him the bunny rabbit. Did like, listen, all right, yo, what, my uncle's dead? Like, yeah, he dead as hell. Just like Nick Wayne. Yo, Christian is a cold. Yo, Christian damn near got to win.
The story that they told in that like that face to face, it was Darby Allin's basically like, "Yo, man, look, I'm not scared to death. I don't care." And Christian Cage's like, "Oh, you're hiding behind the face paint and the makeup and everything like that." And he just starts pouring a bottle of water on his face, trying to take that shit off. It did not come off.
Of course not.
When he was doing
spent all day painting that on your face, big dog. Like, listen, man, I know you're trying to prove a point right now. I understand it, Darby. Listen, like, I'm with you. Listen, man, you might be like, listen, you the homie, and I understand what you're trying to do right now. But listen, that's $200 paint that you're putting on right now, and like I know you want to prove something, but listen, now's not the time to prove something when you have $200 paint on your face. I understand that. Yo, Christian damn near got to win, but I don't want him to win, so I think Darby's gonna win.
Yeah.
Does anybody pop up?
I think
where does Luchasaurus factor into this, as I say?
I don't know if he's banned from ringside or what, but I'm going to take Christian Cage. Like this run, and now he officially has the title. He won it off of Luchasaurus on Collision. So now that he officially has the belt and it's officially on the line, I kind of wanted to stay with Christian Cage, but I'm going to have to go Darby Allin just because I think like Darby gets it off of him.
That being said,
I'm like, yo, if Christian Cage managed to hold on to it, I'm all for that. This man has been going crazy, and he wasn't even the champion. I'm trying to see the tomfoolery this man gonna get into as the actual champion. Like, that's what I want to see.
But everybody needs Darby. Evil champion is so amazing for wrestling. Like, this is like, yo, man. Look, Ben was like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what you do with your dead ass predictions. You know what I mean?
Yo,
I think fucking Yeah, I think Darby's gonna hold on to this one, man. I think they're gonna give him his moment.
Give him his due.
And yeah, man. The Sting pop up, who knows? Does Sting pop up and beat up Luchasaurus, or does Sting and Luchasaurus become a unit and beat up Christian to help Darby win?
That's a good idea too. Like, he might be one of those situations like, man, I'm tired of you. Like you stole the belt off of me or whatever. Like it might be one of those situations, but I'm gonna give it to Darby. Like it's a hometown. Like this is his hometown, right?
They're in
Seattle.
Oh, it's definitely. Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Okay.
damn, Brian. Yo, listen, man. Shout out, Seattle country. Let's ride.
Yo, what we got next?
Yo, man. This is the match that I've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Like anticipation to the build up, because like I fuck with both. Like I know Keeks fucks with one half, because you know what I mean. Hangman Adam Page, you know what I'm saying? Got rid of the noose, you know what I'm saying? That's when I started fucking with him, you know what I mean? So he's been the top 5, in my opinion, since he got rid of the noose. Against Swerve,
Yeah. For those of you who are listening to the show,
we are doing
CJ is doing the Prince Nana dance.
Yep. The Prince Nana dance. Listen, I know my brother in arms said, whatever y'all paying Prince Nana, he needs about double and $1 more.
No, facts.
Because that shit is amazing. I think, just like when I said the Zack Sabre and old GOAT Bryan Danielson match might be the match of the night. This there might be the match of the night too, blood.
Yeah, like this is the one that I was looking forward to when I was like, yo, I really want to see that match. Like, I'm like, this is the one for me. And they had like a really cool like face-to-face tonight, and I was like, yo, it really just furthered what I thought. I was like, this match is I can't believe we haven't got this before. That's how good that segment was. I was like thinking to myself, I was mad at Tony Khan for a second. I'm like, how the fuck? I'm like, why didn't you book this before? You remember like the Skid on Chappelle show when he was like, yo, man, he probably thinking about, like, he was thinking about Arsenio Hall. He said,
how good
he
is
eating cheese
nigga?
right now. And he probably getting mad if they didn't tell him how good the cheese was. That's how mad I was that we didn't get this match. I'm like, why'd you tell me the cheese was so good, man? Why'd you tell me I needed this match in my life? Because I need it. And this is going to be the match of the night for me. And I'm going to have to go with Swerve. I think it's his moment. I think it's his time, especially like after the night. Like when they was doing sit down, like he brought up everything he said last week. He was like, last week you were talking about you would have been the first Black AEW World Champion if you had the opportunities that I had. And I was like, hey, bro, you stepping a little bit. I'm like, you from like you stepping a little bit. He was like, and he was like, yeah, he's like, who knows? Maybe you would have, maybe you wouldn't have. But I know that every time I got my opportunities, I knocked them out of the park. And I was like, why'd you have to say it like that, bro?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Listen, we got to put that news. Hey, listen, man. Adam Page, listen. Hank, that's why, listen, I'm picking, I don't want to, oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I don't want to pick Hangman Adam Page right now. Oh my God. Like, whoever I don't pick, that's who Grant picking. But, this is like, you're right, man. Like, it's just like in the ring. Because it's hella funny, because like I enjoy Hangman and Swerve the exact same way, like in the ring, because they're just fucking dope. And then like you just want to see what's gonna happen. Like it is like you should have put Dream Match underneath this shit too, because nigga, this shit is gonna be fucking like this might be the best match of the night. Meltzer, so give it 7.5 stars. Yeah. But I'm picking Hangman. Come on, Hangman.
All right, man. I feel bad for not picking Hangman, but I'm thinking it's Swerve's moment. He might have a little curse on him because he went and took a picture with Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders also got the shit kicked out of him this weekend. So I don't know. Denver. Yeah, it's been a bad day to be from Denver. Like, but yeah, just give me Swerve. Swerve will. Swerve will do something. He'll
tell you
do
what.
something.
I tell you what, y'all. If USC beats Colorado, that means Swerve's gonna lose. That means he's gonna be the champ. So you know what I mean, let's go. Come on. God, I don't even like Swerve is like, oh my god, man.
Hey, come on, man. Hey.
They're so evenly matched. Like, they're talking about like styles make fights.
Yeah.
Like styles make fights, and then like when the style is just like, listen, it's gonna be all out. Like, listen, all the moves gonna come out. Like, if I would have been in the elite, guess what? I'd have been Omarion. Like, well, guess what? You were in whatever you was, and you were Omarion, and where'd that get you? All right, right back to me.
Hey, yo, what we got next? What's next on the card?
Trying to give a shout out to the ladies.
Yo,
TBS championship match. You know what I mean? We'll talk about a former TBS champion a little bit later. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to foreshadowing. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my big words for the day. We got a TBS champion, Chris Statlander, going against the Blackheart, the new Blackheart, RIP Owen Hart, Julia Hart. I mean, we gotta know what's gonna happen, right? I mean, Julia Hart's probably gonna have a good showing, but Chris Statlander is Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
Shout out to she's a more realer alien than the one they found in Mexico. So
man, that shit was paper mache, bro. I know paper mache shit. When I see some paper mache, they went and got the newspapers, got like little paint, put that over that shit. I'm like, I give them an A for effort and for enthusiasm, because that shit was funny as fuck. They was like, hey, they over in America, they telling you that aliens real, like. Motherfucker, we got a body right here. Like, we got ET right here.
Well, they put that nigga in a Jordan 11 box, nigga. Like, you kidding me right now? Like, this shit was made out of the same shit that I made a pyramid in 6th grade for. Like, you think this is a real alien? Like, the only alien that I trust is Alan Strange and Chris motherfucking Statlander. And that's who I'm picking, all right? TBS champion is going to be the TBS champion. She is the... Like, do you combine the listen, we're gonna get into some shit today. Like, do you combine the belts?
I think you keep them separate. I think you do that, and then like at one point, I think like it should be like the Intercontinental Championship used to be a long time ago. It was like, yo, I hold the Intercontinental Championship and I start doing some shit with it. And then I lose it and I go like on a little like run without a belt. And then like I find my way into the world title scene. Like, set this up for to go after the world title. But yeah, man, give me Chris Statlander.
But even with the Intercontinental belt, man, listen, I still fought the world heavyweight champion as the Intercontinental champion. But like, yo, let's see what we could do. Like, I just wasn't that much good enough yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Chris Statlander is just Soraya. Eventually, eventually, you gonna have to see game. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're saying I think it's gonna be Chris Statlander across the board, except for Graham. He's picking Julia Hart. And
what else is he picking? What match is he picking for next? Because that's the match I want to pick for next.
Oh man, let's go. Let's get to this was the most confusing shit ever. This is how you know I don't be watching shit, y'all. I was late. Yo, what is going on with these teams right here? So we got the Young Bucks and the Gun Club. So we call it the Gun Bucks. So we got the Gun Bucks against.
No. This is a
four-way tag
match. So you got the Young Bucks versus the Gun Club versus
Hook Cassidy, and then the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
So
for
3 sets of brothers.
For a shot at a world AEW tag team titles match anytime.
Thank you, Ben. I'm saying part yourself. I appreciate you, man. I need that. That's why I know I'll be watching shit. But listen, I appreciate you for that. A four-way number one contenders match. Saying 3 sets of brothers versus some niggas that just be eating chips and shit. Let's look like who needs it more out of these 4, Ben? Because Orange Cassidy and Hook don't need shit, but I want to pick them because it's Orange Cassidy and Hook. But you got 3 sets of brothers who are like actual tag teams and shit. even though one has the internet. Like I think so. Like like look at me using my fucking fantasy football brain. Like so, like the two brothers on the side are gonna like eliminate each other. So if I was gonna pick somebody, I would probably listen. I'm going with the Gun Club.
Yeah, I want to go with the Gun Club too because Nick Jackson, like, yo, man, I ain't even worried about this shit for real because like if I don't win this shit, I got a title match coming up next week against Ray Phoenix for the international title. So I'm like, if I lose here, I got another shot at some more gold without this dead weight motherfucker. Like I can go ahead and see about getting this title off of him. So they might play up against that or whatever. Hold up. Wait,
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Did you say that Ray Phoenix and Nick Jackson are going to have a match?
Yeah.
One-on-one against each other?
Yeah, he won number one contenders match tonight against Claudio and Brian Cage for a number one contenders match next week on the anniversary episode of Dynamite. Yeah, and that match was a barn burner, especially for Nick Jackson. I was like, bro, I didn't know I needed a singles run from him. Again, it's back to me smacking Tony Khan. I'm like, why'd you tell me I needed this man to give me a singles run?
What the fuck is wrong with you, Tony? Like, what
now that we're here,
you see
now that we're here, I want it.
The best hot tag in the business. We said that. We said that a million times on the show. Yeah. We're picking the Gun Club, and Graham's picking whoever loses the worst. Yeah. And
final match.
Yeah. What's the
final match?
All right. In the final, Chris Jericho, Ibushi, Omega against Sammy, Will, and Takeshita. I can't believe they're a fucking team, blood. Like, this is the most, like, this is exactly how All Out ended when they just had all them niggas, like, in that match to do a whole bunch of stuff at the same time.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't give two shits about the Don Callis family. Like, I only care about Takeshita. Like, that's it. Like, it's like, yo, Sammy Guevara, and, like, I love Will Ospreay, and I don't really know if he's like really just like he's like the special guest star of the Don Callis family. It's
Will
like
Ospreay
when he walks in.
Wayne feature. He's the Little Wayne feature of this whole entire group. You know what I mean? Listen, you're lucky that I'm here, DJ Callis. Listen, Don Callis is DJ Callis. We're gonna call him DJ Callis. So DJ Callis, he had to get Ace Hood, who's Takeshita. You know what I'm saying? A Little Wayne feature, who was Will Ospreay, and then Sammy Guevara, just, you know what I mean? Like who was that? The Akon singing, I don't give a nobody say. So, like, yo, he's Akon without the building African countries.
Man, say, yo, man, we was really out there fighting gorillas. And I'm like, you are a fucking liar.
Akon, like, I know you, blood. You made locked up. Like, don't lie to me. Like, please don't lie to me. How do you go against Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and Ibushi? Like, you like, it's hard to go against them because, like, that's literally 1/7 of AEW's payroll. So I'm like,
facts.
But Will Ospreay is probably the best in the world, not named Ray Phoenix. So it just like makes a dilemma. So I'm taking Kenny Omega because I'm saying two Canadians is better than one Sammy Guevara. So yeah,
give me that, and I think Sammy taking the pin. It's like, yo,
you gotta take the pin, blood.
You got to, like,
you gotta take the pin, Sammy. Will Ospreay is probably going to do. What's the over under on Will Ospreay flips and Kenny Omega V triggers? 11.
I think we see, like, I'm thinking about 6.5 V triggers.
Yo, man, at least 11 Will Ospreay flips. Yeah, somehow.
Like, we don't even know. He's gonna be making them shit in there. He's gonna be like a double moonsault into a 450 splash. Some type of way he'll work it out.
What's been the wind, bruv? Listen, I did that for Jeff Hardy, bruv.
Yo,
that's WrestleDream. That's on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not gonna watch it, you know you're gonna watch it. Shout out to tribalism because it doesn't exist because we're all fucking degenerates and we love wrestling.
You know, facts. Like tribalism. Well, tribalism exists. It just don't exist over here. We don't give a fuck about company, wrestler. We like what we like. We don't like what we don't like. And you know, we try to keep a positive outlook no matter what, and we just push through. And if you don't like it, fuck it. Like we really don't care. And like if you don't watch the show,
don't tell us
don't
about
watch
it.
it.
Like we don't
No,
need
yeah,
to know about
exactly.
it. I don't
Like,
need
I
to
don't
know
care.
about the shows that you don't watch, you bitch ass nigga, because like you're watching it, because you're telling us that you don't watch it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like you niggas are so hilarious. It's just like the niggas that hate Braun but love Jordan, but hate Jordan and love Braun. Like you niggas are no different than the NBA Twitter that you laugh at. The NFL Twitter that you laughed at. The IWC is way worse because it's been around longer. And that's why Yo, Ben, you got a question?
Yeah, I think I do got a question. I think I might got a question, man. Hold on. Let me see.
I
Let me
just got
see.
a
Let me see. We
letter.
got.
What you
Do we?
niggas said shit. Wonder who it's from, y'all. I'm making up new songs and shit. Like you listen, you guys don't deserve us.
Yo,
But I make it look like y'all do.
Yo, man. Hey, question of the week this week. This question of the week is based off of actually like an interview that Braun Breaker did. And Braun Breaker said that, you know, he has the best spear in the game right now. He said his spear is better than Roman Reigns. I had to ask the question, man. Like, who has the best spear in the game, man? Who has the best spear of all time? That's what I wanted to know. Because Braun Breaker, he's not wrong. He do got the best spear in the game right now. And he went on the name of the podcast that he went on is the Stick to Wrestling Pod. And he went on there and he was like, yo, man, Roman Reigns spear cool. Roman Reigns cool and all that. But his spear ain't like mine. Like that's what he said on there. And you guys came through with the answers and let's get to them. Shout out to @NoBadNoel. He said we definitely had some solid contenders lately with Braun, Tsuji, and Roman, but nobody does it better than Goldberg. Hey, Goldberg was like, he didn't know any better. Goldberg's spear was like, yo, this is real to me.
It's still real to me, brother.
And basically, what we got next? We got shout out to @SoberMunchies92, Rhino, Goldberg, and Edge. Like you snuck one in there, bro, but I forgive you. I forgive you. It's okay. Edge one is really a sneak. Shout out to Terry, man. At young black _man. He said Rhino. And I'm going Rhino as well because that gore, it was like, yo, man, ain't no tricks, ain't no jumping off the top rope. I'm running at you full speed, and you're not doing anything to stop me. Like, shout out to Rhino. Also shout out to Anwar Starwind. I think that's right. Anwar Starwind. Right now, I hope I'm saying this right, between Tsuji and Braun. I'll go with Tsuji because I know he won't get the love. Actually, there's a number of people in here who said that he had the best one. Shout out to TJ Detwheeler. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butcher anybody's name. My apologies. That's on me.
What you sign up for?
They said Braun hands down. Yo, next shout out to Wade Elson. Yo, I'm gonna read the first name, Spider Wade, bro. Shout out to Spider Wade. Says Braun, cleanest one in wrestling ever. Braun, like that one that Braun has, like, bro, it looked like he trying to kill you. Like, and that's what me putting it as polite as possible. It looks like he's like, yo, man, I just want to see what it looks like. Yo, man, I think it'd be funny if you stop breathing. That's Braun Breaker's entire spear. It's like, I think it'd be funny if you just stop breathing right now.
Yeah, what if all your lungs just left your body like a Mortal Kombat fatality? Like that, wouldn't that be funny?
Yo, that'd be great, man. We'd all be laughing about it backstage. Yo, shout out to Erica. She said Edge. Shout out to at Thunder God Devo. Goldberg and Rhino. They had different styles, but both had the same result. They looked like they were running through their opponents in the most brutal, violent manner. I gotta agree with you. Yo, shout out to Tashimo, man. At Black Cream Soda, like, bro, like, always be showing love, always be in the replies, always be like in chat and everything like that. Shout out to you, bro. He said it's Goldberg, but shout out to Rhino's Gore. And that's my view on it as well. I like a second ago, I was like, man, I'm like, Rhino got the best one, but I'm like, Goldberg, like, really just like, I don't think he knew any better as well. And that was just the thing of it. Like,
yeah.
Yo, shout out to A Man Has No Name 76 Goldberg in wrestling history. Currently, I don't know. I'm gonna read one or two more of these. Yo. Shout out to All X WWE. For the men, the best spear goes to Braun Breaker. For the ladies, the best spear goes to Kairi Sane. Shout out to at the Rodfather, not the Rodfather. Shout out to at Rodfather 94. Bobby Lashley did a clean spear in a suit. That alone puts him at the top. Yeah, man, like clean spear, no tears in the suit.
Nothing.
Didn't scuff the Stacey Adams shoes at all. It was like, yo, straight through, bruh. No problems. Shout out to at Blurred House Edge. No doubt. I have doubts. I'll read one
I have
more.
doubts. I've been there.
I'll read one more. Let me see. We got at THFC Muss.
Shout the Muss.
They said
that's Shinsuke?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
No, that's no, that's
no, it's not Shinsuke. That's bruh. Who everybody was like, yo.
Yeah. Taishu?
Who said like, yo, he wasn't gonna get the love.
Yo, shout out to
Tsuji,
y'all,
I think his name is.
Yeah, Tsuji.
And again, if I'm butchering any of these names, please don't get mad at me.
Listen, correct us. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like listen, tell us how to pronounce it. We love wrestling. Like it should be like for me. Like I think like I was going all like Goldberg. Like even much as I hate him for ruining the career of my favorite wrestler of all time, the spear was always on point. That's the only thing he ever did right. But Rhino and then just Edge go like this over and over. Like it's gonna be my top three for me.
Yo, let's see what we got in the chat. We got G Nation, Rhino going Chris Jericho through the old school SmackDown set, so memorable. We got David Lavender. Without a doubt, Braun Breaker spear is immaculate. Yes, it is. Let's see what else we got for you. What else we got? Let's see. Stevie Richards had, let's see, shout out to Mr. All Days Off. Stevie Richards had a breakdown of the best spear on his channel. Hey, Stevie Richards be doing a lot over there. I didn't know Stevie Richards be getting views like that over on his channel. Shout out to Stevie Richards, man.
Yo, man. The 7 best super kick of all time. Yeah. All right. Tony said, like, I love Kyrie. Like Kyrie got a good, like, she has the best, better than Charlotte. I love you, Charlotte, but Kyrie a little better than you when it comes to the spirit department.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know if I've said this on the show before. I hate Edge's spear. I hate it so much. I love Edge. I'm like, I remember when like he used to do like the execution. I'm like, bruh, just like bury his spear, do this. To me, his spear is like nasty looking as the Rock's sharpshooter. I'm like, I know this is some shit you like to do. I know that you think you're good at it, You really do. Like, but you're not. Like, try
I
to
think I
get
get set up for it. You know what I'm saying? You're rubbing your hair. You know what I mean? It's all good.
like that's 90% of the move right there.
Like you know what I compared it to? Like Edge's spear, just like Chris Jericho's elbow, blood. Like, listen, I can see it coming. Like you're stomping up and down, and you're breathing hella hard, and you're rubbing your hair. And the hair's all over the ring. So I'm like, listen, I think a spear is coming, so you can jump right over it. That's why Randy Orton just jumped right over that bum ass nigga. It was like, yo, excuse me, nigga.
Excuse me.
Hey, excuse me, blood. I thought you about to do something. Like, oh, guess not.
Yo, man.
Let's
Hey,
run
thank
into-
y'all for sending your questions in. I mean, not questions. Thank you for sending your answers in. I know we don't say that enough, but we really appreciate y'all.
Listen, we ain't us without y'all, and the y'all that's been there since this, and the y'all that's there right now for the first time, all in between. We thank y'all from the bottom of our little black hearts. And Graham's not here, except for Graham. He doesn't care about y'all. We're the only ones that care about y'all. All right.
Yeah, facts, man. Graham don't
Graham's
love
not
y'all
here.
where he at. If he love y'all so much, he would be on the show today.
He'll be here right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Graham not here. All right. So listen.
Hey man, let's get into some more news that happened this week because, like we said, it was like a news-filled week. It was a lot of stuff that went on, and like we're gonna kick it off with there were some releases this week.
Oh my God, man. You know,
Yeah.
tribalism doesn't come in enough until the releases come in.
Bro.
You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
I think like everybody saw these like coming around the corner, especially with the acquisition and TKO and everything, like acquiring like WWE and all that. And usually when there's a merger, usually, you know, there are layoffs and people are getting fired, and it sucks. It really does. Like nobody like deserves to lose their job, and none of this is good. But you know, there were some releases that happened this week. I'm gonna read some of the names off the list. We have Mustafa Ali, Emma, Rick Boogs, Aaliyah, Elias, Riddick Moss, Top Dollar. That one hurt. Shelton Benjamin, Dolph Ziggler, Dana Brooke, Mansoor, Mace, Quincy Elliott, Dabba-Kato, Shanky, Ulisa Leon, Daniel MacArthur, Bryson Montana, Kevin Ventura Cortez.
Cause like a lot of them, like I think the worst part about the worst part about these releases and shit is just the extraness that comes with it. Just like, oh my God, if this person would have had another opportunity, and then like the other part of the spectrum when they talk about, oh well, yeah, he wasn't doing shit anyway. This guy sucked and shit. Like, listen, a person is losing their fucking job right now. Like, you're losing your fucking job, and like I think what it, like we talked about, like we said we like as soon as you said the name, like I'm saying, I got the same little pain in my heart too, because like Top Dollar is one of the fucking he's one of you wrestling fans are so fucking just disgusting sometimes when it comes to certain wrestlers. And it makes me like I seen the same thing that they did with like, listen, I didn't fuck with Matt Riddle like that, but he still lost his job.
My apologies. He got released as well. And I don't mean to cut you off. I just like go ahead.
Yeah, like listen, like he lost his shit. Like I seen a lot of niggas trying to fake cape for Dana Brooke and then like get their shit off about Dana Brooke. You know, like Dana Brooke wasn't a fucking staple over there. And they held her over there for a reason and shit like that. Like even Matt Riddle, like he like niggas like they put the battery in his back and then like it just didn't work out. Like niggas lost their jobs, blood, and that shit fucking sucks, man. I just feel horrible for these niggas, man.
Yeah.
But like niggas like Top Dollar who gets a whole bunch of shit just for being who he was, which is exactly what wrestling is supposed to be, just kind of sucks. And then like y'all niggas would just like. A lot of niggas were just like fake caping for people and then like reveling in niggas fucking downfalls, man. That's just the worst part about this shit when it comes to these releases and shit.
Yeah. There were like Top Dollar, that one hurt. Like, cause like I said, like he's a friend of the show. He gave us an interview. He gave us 2 interviews when he didn't have to. Didn't have to show up, didn't have to give us his time. None of that. So we will always be appreciative of that for him and everything like that, for what he did for us. Like he's a good guy. And I understand that, people don't really like him, and you don't have to like him or whatever. And I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. Like you don't have to like him, but there's a certain point where calm down with some of the wild stuff that you be saying. Like I put out a tweet, and I just want to say this, from now on, and public service announcement. If I ever put in a tweet and I say we, I'm not talking about everybody around. I'm talking about the three guys on this show, me, Graham, CJ. When I said we believe in him, I saw everybody trying to be cute in replies, who we, yeah, who, and doing the Uncle Phil
OUI type
video.
shit. We, you mean you guys? Yes, us, nigga.
And
I'm
like, bro,
about
yeah,
other,
I'm just saying, this dude, friend of the show, good guy to us. When I say we, from now on, I mean the three of us. But moving along, there were some names on here that shocked me, like Mustafa Ali, because he was involved in a match at No Mercy against Dominic Mysterio, and for the North American title. And they said that his release was different from all the other releases because his release was not due to budget cuts or anything like that. I think from what I saw that his release was due to the fact that you're on NXT, we're paying you main roster money. What's going on with that? And I don't know, I can't remember what happened with that, but yeah, his release was different from all the other ones. And Dolph Ziggler, that one really stood out to me as well. And Shelton Benjamin, because Shelton Benjamin, I'm you could have easily transitioned him to a coach sort of role and had him go down to the performance center and start training people. He could have been a backstage agent. He could have been a valuable asset to you, as well as I think Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph is I say it all the time, the greatest six man in WWE history. Dolph Ziggler, there was a running joke for a while. It's why is Dolph Ziggler getting all these world title matches? Who does he know backstage? It's not that he knows someone backstage. It's the fact that you could literally put him in anytime.
But he's Jamal
any
Crawford.
Place. There you go.
He's Jordan Clarkson. Whatever six man that you guys love so much. He was Jordan Poole before he got the Washington, before he drops 32 points a game on a 22 win team. It's gonna Dolph Ziggler is the exact epitome of plug and play. Listen, whatever you need, just like the Miz, whatever you want to. I seen somebody put up some shit after he got released. You know what I mean? Because that shit hit me. Shelton hit me. Shelton hit me. Dolph hit me, and Mustafa hit me. It hit me hard. I was just yo, what? First off, Mustafa, you said, had a he was supposed to be in a program with Dominic for this fucking title. And then Dolph has always been the I'm talking about the consummate professional. It's the one Mr. Reliable. He's been Mr. Reliable for years. And Shelton is just, I mean, come on, man. You know how we feel about Shelton, the greatest athlete. If Brock Lesnar swears by you, then you're goated. And Shelton should be goated. And all them shits kind of hit a ton of bricks, because I'm God damn, man.
Yeah.
And then they released a lot of people that got released. I'm just oh, okay, we kind of expected that. Oh, okay. I feel hella bad for Riddick Moss and Emma.
Yeah, some of these names on here, Top Dollar, Emma, and a couple of others, they just got signed back last year. They haven't been back with the company for a full year. And I take that back. Top Dollar's been back for a full year. I think he's been back for something like a full year. But Emma just got back last October. So she hasn't even been back with the company a full year. I think she's had a handful of singles matches on SmackDown or whatever. And but yeah, she wasn't. I don't know what the situation was with that. I'm not gonna go and say anybody was underutilized or anything like that. But it's kind of wild. It's she hasn't even been back for a full year. But the one that Matt Riddle's his release, it shocked me at first. And then when I kind of had a second to process it, I'm this one was probably kind of one that made sense because I think like with him being in the news like lately and like just being just like, you know, bad publicity for them literally since he debuted on the main roster. Like it's just been one controversy after another after another. Like when he showed up, like his name got dropped in the speaking out movement like immediately, like right as he made his main roster debut. And it's just been one after another, after another, after another after that. So I feel like they waited for this time to kind of be like, you know what? We have some releases. Let's just throw him in there and kind of wash our hands of him. And especially when I found out like they were going to be merging with UFC, I was like, yeah, Dana White
No
ain't gonna
way.
be one next to that man whatsoever. So I was like, I already know. He's like, hey, I got one favorite ass.
I don't want to talk to this nigga ever again in my life. I do not like. It's not even like. And I think like it felt like like WWE was trying to turn Matt Riddle into the Jeff Hardy, but he just wasn't good enough to be Jeff Hardy, you know. So you're not worth the Jeff Hardy price. Listen, we paid a dear amount for Jeff Hardy. You're not him. So like I can understand that, but like I still don't want nobody to lose their jobs, man. So I just feel horrible for like
Yeah.
all the people that lost. I'm
Yeah,
saying
but
in the releases, like listen, like hold your heads. Like I hope you guys do really good.
But the thing with Matt Riddle is, and then we could jump over to the next thing. The thing with Matt Riddle is like I said, like it's just been one thing after another, after another, after another. And it's like at what point do we kind of say, like, okay, like we kind of have to move on with you because like I feel like there have been some times where like they've given him the ball and he's just been kind of like self-destructive, you know what I mean?
Like we gave you the NXT run, and you couldn't handle that. Like we gave you the little like makeshift could they coexist run with Pete Butch, and like that shit was the best thing going. And like he's entertaining. Like listen, he can go anywhere that he wants to go and do what he wants to do, but you just got to go to a place that's going to put up with your shit. And like, listen, I don't need to put up with your shit. that's what it came down to. And
It was like, bruh,
it's just like I don't have to put up with your shit, dog. Like, listen, you're not the person who we just signed to a mega super deal right here. You know what I mean? Let's get to the main news because
yeah,
like Black
man. Like, hey,
Excellence was
man.
on the Black Excellence tip.
But like closing this part out, like CJ said, everybody who got released, hold your heads. Samoa Joe put out a tweet basically like, you know, telling everybody like, hey man, look, don't feel sorry for yourself. Keep your phone on, answer your emails, all that. Like y'all, like the beautiful thing about, you know, there's nothing good about losing your job, but wrestling is in a different place than it was like, let's say like 5 years ago or 6 years ago when something like this would have happened. It's like you have like a few options. Either you go to Japan, you work the indies, you can go to Mexico, or you can go to Impact. It was like now you have AEW, you have MLW, you have like other companies who are opening up, getting TV deals. Wrestling is at the best space that it has ever, like that has been in the past like 20 years. So I don't think anybody is going to be hurting out here. Give yourself some time to reinvent yourself, go somewhere, do something. And then maybe one day you might come back, be bigger, better than ever. Bottom line, hold your head.
Ask Drew McIntyre. He did the same exact shit.
Facts.
But Ben, I want you to run ISO.
But like you said, there was some other
this.
news this week.
Run ISO on this real quick because the greatest news that I heard because of this. Look at this right here. Look at her. Know who that is? Signed a multi-year deal according to ESPN. Know who that is? Jade Cargill, as everybody's been speculating, signed with the WWE for a multi-year deal, and it's lit because ha, so and so from so and so, ha. And Ben, run ISO.
Not earlier today. Yesterday, the news broke that Jade Cargill had officially signed with WWE. The news broken by ESPN. And like, last week we talked about it. There was a speculation about Jade Cargill signing WWE. We already knew she was gone from AEW. The news was, oh, she's in Orlando and everything like that. But they really rolled out the red carpet for her. Like, this was like the biggest red carpet rollout for a female wrestler that we've seen since Ronda Rousey. Like, that's the only name that I could think of that it's been like, okay, well, they really like putting in like the work. They really like rolling out the red carpet for her. And it was like a whole thing. It was like, they had an interview with her. Shout out to the Ringer. Shout out to Kaz for getting that interview with Jade Cargill. But they had everything ready to go. They had a video of her walking across the parking lot at the Performance Center. They had a video of her like watching everybody train, hitting the ropes and all that. So it was like a full rollout. And like I said, we haven't seen a rollout of this magnitude for a female wrestler since Ronda Rousey, right?
Mm-hmm. And listen, no matter how much you guys cried about it, no matter how much you guys boo-hooed, like, when did Jade become such a big deal? When did Jade become such a, like, when it becomes, like, you know why? Do you know what Jade Cargill had to do, which is unprecedented for any professional wrestler ever? Her first 2 years of wrestling, she had to learn on the fly in the public eye in front of all you niggas. For all the critiques, for all the ha 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 ha, for all the green comments that you guys had about her, she had to do that shit in front of every single wrestling fan the entire time. And then, like, you know how hard it is to spend your entire wrestling career coming from another, because she was just like a fitness model and just like a black queen extraordinaire, and like she had like all her faults, all her flaws, all her mistakes were conducted in the public eye. And I don't think people realize how stressful that is when you don't have the benefit of the doubt, because the benefit of the doubt is taken away in Jade Cargill's perspective, because like her entire 2-year career since she's been wrestling has been on TV in front of everybody. And then you want to tell me that she's not a fucking star when they created a whole title for her?
My thing is like you see it from both sides. Like you have some people who were, like, oh, she left and I can't believe she left, and like she's like she left the company and like she's a shill and all that. And then you have the other side who I want to really break down this part. Like you have like people who were literally shitting on this woman her entire time in AEW now are doing like whole countdowns talking about, oh yeah, her best moments in AEW. And like people who were shitting on her, who you can go back and look at this shit and see that they were shitting on her now are talking about, oh yeah, well she's like, oh, she's over here, this is a major deal. I'm like, it wasn't a major deal when she had the title for like over a year, like a year and a half. Like that won't a major deal. I think we need to look at it as like she's getting the the love and the praise and everything like that. I saw people saying, oh, because she's a homegrown AEW talent, and I'm like, I kind of thought that was the point. You know what I mean? Like I kind of thought that was the whole thing, is like she's a big deal. Like when she was over there, you could look at her and easily see she's a standout star. You have people who don't even watch wrestling. They turn on the TV and I'm like, who is that? Like I want to watch her on the TV or whatever and see what that's about. And I think WWE was smart enough to recognize that and just like throw the bag at her. And like right now, like it's looking like it's all like it's gonna pay off, because like, the red carpet rollout has been insane for her. And like, quite honestly, I think like they're gonna give like all like the big money matches and everything like that. Like people are saying like, talking about Jade versus Bianca, and I think like Jade versus Charlotte is just as big of a moneymaker. Like I'm sorry, I think that's a moneymaker too.
Nigga, that's Charlotte, nigga. Like, as much as you guys hate Charlotte, that's still fucking Charlotte. Like, I like what you said. Like, hey man, might have to be natty. Like, you need to get like you need to that. Listen, the thing is, like, the thing about Jade is that people don't want to admit. Like, they want to say, like, listen, I watched Jade from the like I said from the beginning. Like, all her mistakes, all her flaws have been on national television for us to critique and for y'all to critique and y'all to bitch about. And she's gotten better and better every single moment that she's been on TV. Like, to be given that big of a platform, like, ask Gable Stevenson how he felt when he got that fucking big of a platform and how he faltered and had to be hidden. Like, Jay didn't have a you know what I mean, what do they call it?
Controversy.
An advantage of having a performance center. You know what I'm saying? Or like just like, you know what I'm saying, having that to where you can practice and get your shit down. Like, no, Jade got thrown into the fire, and not only did she hold her own, she fucking was holding it down. Like,
Yeah,
she like you can teach wrestling, but you can't teach it. And like, when you're born with it, like, anything else could be taught. And like, especially when you have the dedication and the just the like the want to that Jade has. Like, I want to do this wrestling shit. Like, I don't have to do I don't have to do this shit, but I want to do this shit. And she's gotten better every single moment that she's been in the business. God, I hate being that old nigga saying the business. But like, I just hate being that dude. But like, she's fucking like, she's thriving in that position that you put her in. Like, when you called her green, you know what I'm saying? She was like, yeah, I'm green. I'm money green. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's been like, in my Draymond Green voice, you know what I mean? Absolutely incredible. And
yeah, man, like, bro, like, you hit the nail on the head. Like, she's improved every step of the way. And for those like who were like, oh, who were shitting on her before, I saw other people, like defending that and like, oh, so you can't change your opinion on someone. I'm like, the beautiful thing about having an opinion is you can change that whenever you are ready to change it. But there is a genuine way to do it, and there is a disingenuous way to do it. And I've seen a lot of disingenuous opinion changes because she signed with WWE and left AEW. The tribalism like is running wild. And I gotta say, like, you can change your opinion on someone, and the genuine way you do it, you see them work. Like you said, CJ, like, make improvements, do better, and then you sort of change your opinion on them. You're like, you know what, they doing something over there. Like, I speak for this firsthand. If for anybody who listened to the show last year, I did nothing but shit on Dominic Mysterio when he turned heel. I did nothing but like heap hate onto this man from the podcast page itself, from this show. And it was even at a point where CJ and when you and Graham had to tell me, hey, bro, leave him alone. Kind of like back off of him. Like, y'all had to kind of had to like reel me in and be like, hey, like, he's learning. Like, you're gonna have to give him a minute. And I was like, it took me a minute to see that, because he like when Rey Mysterio left Monday Night Raw, he went to SmackDown, and I was like, it's a sink or swim moment for Dominic Mysterio. And boy, if he didn't swim out of that motherfucker, because like he started getting better. God, when he developed the prison dom character and everything like that, it has been off to the races ever since. And I had to apologize. That's the other thing about, like, y'all need transparency in your life, because y'all shitted on Jade Cargill. And now it's all like, oh, hugs and kisses, roses and candy. Oh, we love you. When you were shitting on her not 3 months ago. Like, we remember this shit. You gotta move on from that shit, but do it in a genuine way. Don't do it just because she came to your company. You wait. If you had that opinion of her, keep that opinion of her till you see what she can do, on Raw or SmackDown or wherever they put her. Don't jump in and just be like, you know what, welcome to the team, and you were just shitting on her like 6 months ago. Like, stop. It's in bad taste. And I'm gonna give you a pro tip before we move on, because we got one more set of predictions before we close out for the night. My pro tip to you: go to your Twitter, click that search bar, type in Jade Cargill. And if you tweeted any negative shit about there, go delete that shit, because if you don't, when you give your opinions, people are gonna ream your shit. And you gonna be sitting there looking goofy.
But
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know what it looks like, but it looks just like this right here. Look at what it looks like. Like all the little fantasy book, and like it was saying Jay versus Charlotte, Jay versus Bailey, Jay versus Bianca, which is what I've seen the most. Like, listen, I need them to be headlining WrestleMania soon. Ben hated Dom like Booker hated New Day. Like, I don't know, man. Yo, Ben hated Dom like Mad Dog on First Take hates Lamar Jackson. Like,
I had to come back. I've apologized to Dominic Mysterio on the page itself. I apologize on here. Yo, man, that was my bad. I should have let you. I should have given you the time for you to grow. But we live and we learn and we move on. We grow as people.
You know what I mean? But listen, wrestling fans, we're gonna end it right here. Listen, if you don't know what it looks like, I want you to take a look at it in the eyes with that beauty mark right there. All right, it is looking you right in the face, whether you like it or not. And then when you have the willingness to learn, and you have the willingness to and now you got the money backing you, grab onto your seats, man. And we're not going, and she's not going to NXT. We keep all the receipts. All them shits, all you but guys out there.
Like not only is that doesn't look like she's going to NXT, she looks like for right now she has retained like her name, so that's pretty cool too. Listen,
last person to do that was Cody Rhodes, who was her big homie. She said
who also went through the same exact shit as what we're talking about now, and we addressed it then like we addressed it now. We're gonna I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire every time, bro. That's just me.
Listen, you got to get me and my music back. I need the
guitar solo.
Yeah, I need the guitar solo with the big brother. You know what I'm saying? I need Drewski playing guitar when Jade comes out.
Thanks.
And she's not going to be in NXT because you know what's going on in NXT?
What?
No Mercy.
Ooh, segue.
No Mercy, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying with the picture, them saying they got both our pictures in it, you know what I'm saying? Kind of loves, I'm going to go this way. Here we are. Oh, No Mercy, y'all. You know I'm saying the day after WrestleDream, Wrestle Mercy. And let's start out with this right here, you know what I mean? Big Dom versus Trick Williams with Dragon Lee as the special guest referee. Yo, Dragon Lee and Dom had a
great match.
Had a just let y'all know who we are match. And Dragon Lee, listen, we've been singing Dragon Lee's praises on this podcast for a while. For a while. So I was like, I don't know who this nigga Dragon Lee is, but this nigga is the nigga, my nigga. He was like, yeah, blood, yeah, Dragon Lee's the nigga. And then he went out there and usually they don't have I remember they did the same thing with Sin Cara back in the day, and a lot of these these lucha wrestlers that they pretend to care about. And he went out there and made you care about him. And then they had a fucking great ass fucking match. And then for Trick to go out there and win that fucking 4-way on NXT to get this fucking opportunity. I dare to think he has to win, but he's not.
Yeah, give me Dominic Mysterio. But like you said about the Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio match, great match. I loved it from start to finish. Dominic Mysterio, like I said, he's improved greatly in the ring. Dragon Lee slowed it down just a little bit. You know what I mean? So he could keep up, and and I don't think it was that was a thing he has kind of a dumbed down his style for him. It's can't be shooting off the ropes 90 miles an hour and we're gonna try we're doing a little bit more than that. We're trying to tell a little bit of a story here, but yeah, beautiful match, wonderful. It was kind of like we hear kind of a match, to show you hey man, this is what we got going on right here. But yeah, what you said about Trick Williams, Trick Williams went they're kind of furthering the whole Carmelo and Trick Williams dynamic sort of things. Like they're like, oh, you know, like we're cool with each other, and then like Carmelo Hayes will say something like off the wall. Trick Williams be like, yo, okay, it's like that or whatever, and he kind of like walk off. It's kind of been like a back and forth of that. So it gets me wondering, like, if Trick Williams loses, does he go out and cost Carmelo Hayes his match later on in the night?
I don't know. I was like, I had that bubbling inside of me. That's why I wanted to pick Dom, but like I didn't want to pick Trick now. I think I'm picking Trick. I'm picking Trick. Okay. I think Trick's gonna win it because I think Trick needs to. I think that Trick Williams shit. I think they just realized how fucking entertaining and great Trick Williams is, and just like, you know, Shawn Michaels just like, we just strike on the shit while it's hot.
That's what I've appreciated a lot from him. Like he's just like the stuff that's been going down on NXT. Like he noticed like, oh, they like that shit. Let's run with it now. Needs to run with Idris Enofe and Malik Blade as the tag team champions, but that's another conversation for another episode for another day. But
DX been betting on Black for a long time, since 2006. So Graham's picking Dragon Lee. I mean, he's picking the special guest referee because Graham's not here. And you see you picking Dom.
Yeah.
And I'm picking Trick, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta have some kind of dissension in this predictions. Let's get to the next match. Speaking of Shawn Michaels fucking dealing with fucking bullshit on NXT, these two fucking pieces of garbage was fighting all through my nigga office, blood. Like, listen, blood, I'm over here sending these emails that I just got 2 days ago that I was supposed to send a day ago, but I forgot because I was high. And you know what I mean? And like, you think it's gonna come fighting through my office? Baron Corbin and LeBron Breaker. Come on, Braun, and Baron.
Whatever. Yo, Baron nasty.
Yeah,
that's nasty name.
I apologize.
Hey. Like give me Braun Breaker, and it's like for me, Braun Breaker, like you gotta leave after this, bro. Like I know they want to have like the Von Wagner rematch and everything like that, and I know that's what it's leading to. Like, oh, he like Von Wagner beats him, then he goes to the main roster. But I'm like, I'm ready for you to get out of here, bro, because you're just spinning your wheels at this point.
No, and plus, like with Von Wagner, like even if you beat me in a regular match, I still like almost killed you on TV. So like, unless you're gonna almost kill me on TV, ain't no get back in sight, big dog. Like I think I got Braun too. I think Braun is gonna, you know what I mean, like stomp Corbin's head in and then go right to the main roster to beat up whoever he feels like beating up. Because like, yo, there's only so many, like you gotta stop beating up the people at NXT, Braun. Like, come on, big dog. Like you gotta get out the East. You gotta get out the East, Braun. Like you gotta go to the Western Conference.
Yo,
it's like
you
gotta do that, bro. Yo, and let's get to the saying the most controversial match. You know what I mean? Tiffany Stratton versus NXT, the NXT Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Rollins, and
give me Becky.
Bro, man, I mean, I want to pick Becky as much as I want to pick her. Like, yo, Tiffany Stratton. I mean, Tiffany Stratton doesn't need this win, but Becky doesn't need this belt. And it feels like it really feels like she's trying to do the thing that Charlotte didn't do when she had the NXT belt. So it's just kind of her trying to be like, well, I was going to do like whatever she didn't do, but she's going to end up being just as worse. Yeah. So that's why I want to pick Becky, but I'm picking Becky, but I think Tiffany is going to have, like, I can see Becky winning by like a roll up type shit, like after like one of her little moonsaults type shit, like she just rolls over like on some rookie shit. But like, I think Tiffany has a good showing, but yeah, I'm picking Becky too.
Yeah, like it's like the first month that Kofi and Xavier Woods went down there and they had the titles. Same thing with even like Dolph Ziggler. Like you're like, oh yeah, they're definitely gonna lose like that first title defense, give the belt back, and kind of like go on their way. And it's like, no, I'm here for 3 months, buddy.
No, big homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, first off, you're lucky that I'm here right now. Like, especially like somebody with like
Charity work.
look, big time Bex. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally doing what was that probation shit? Listen, like I'm doing this, I'm doing like as a favor,
Community service, bro.
and because I feel like it. Like I think she wants to. Like I think that there's a ways that you can lose and still look good, type shit. And I think that's going to be one of the moments with Becky. But I think we all know that Tiffany Stratton's the future, and we all know that Shawn Michaels just waiting for that thick little lion to get back from her knee injury because that's on the way. But I like Tiffany Stratton a lot, and I hope that she has a great showing. But I just think that she's not going to win this match. So I'm picking Becky too, and Graham's picking Tiffany. Like, what's really because Graham's not here. Like, what's Graham win all these? What's Graham win all these fucking things that we pick, and then he's just gonna win them all? Like, listen, I mean, y'all picked them for me. You feel me? So shout out to Elon. Cheap ass.
Yo,
let's go to the main event.
What we got next? Oh, did we pick on the tag titles match?
Is it tag titles match? Who's fighting?
Yeah, the first one that you pulled up, it was let me see. It was Tony D'Angelo and Stax versus Lorenzo and Bronco Lima versus Judas and Brutus versus Angel Garcia and Humberto Carrillo.
The Los Lotharios was in the match. I didn't pick it.
Yeah, like hold on. I think we had a graphic. Like it was the first one they pulled up. Let me go back.
Yo, where's Los Lotharios? Yo, listen, like if I miss you guys, I apologize, Los Lotharios.
Yeah, it's a fatal 4-way tag team match. Like, and they're kind of like doing like they had the mafia, and then they're like, oh yeah, we have the street gang, and then we have like the regular like whatever you want to call Julius Creed
I'm picking Judas and Brutus. You know what I mean? Because them niggas is superhumans. The Diamond Mine got to win something.
I'm thinking. I really don't want Tony D'Angelo and Stax to retain because they haven't done shit with the belts, and it's just like the last team they had is like they're kind of like it felt like they were holding the belts hostage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like I think like like what you said, like it's kind of like what's going on like all around like wrestling. It feels like tag team wrestling everywhere. It's sort of hit a snag. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like we've hit a rut, and like I just desperately want the NXT tag team division to shine like it usually does. So give me let me see. Give me the Creeds. Wait, no.
I'm picking the Creeds.
Give me the Creeds. Yeah, give me the Creeds.
Yeah, Grant's picking since he's not here. He's picking Los Lotharios. So 2 Creeds.
And watch them win. Watch them win.
I'll be sick. You'll be like, yo, man, this nigga, he doesn't count. So if he wins, then I win because I'm picking all his picks. So the Creeds got to do this because like they're the best thing going. Like especially since we thought that they were going to the main roster and they like kind of like ease their way back into NXT. So that's kind of great. So like they definitely have to win. So I'm picking the Creeds. But like to the main event.
This Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. That's a barn burner.
That's a main event for your ass, you bitch ass niggas, whether you like it or not. Like this is a main event for your ass. I mean, like I think they're both probably going to bleed. Pause. Well, not pause. You know what I'm saying because women are amazing, and I'm saying that's what happens. And like niggas be bleeding sometimes. Like everybody bleeds. We're all human beings. We're all organisms.
That's John Moxley.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's gonna be a John Moxley special. I think everybody's gonna bleed in this shit. But I'm picking listen, there's one person that don't miss, and it's not Dragunov. All right, he be missing sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm picking Melo to win in a, like you said, a bar burner, a slobber knocker, as they call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think. Could this be match of the night? Of course, it could be match of the night. But
yeah, I think it's match of the night, and I think like the runner up for me would probably that I think is probably gonna like be the next one is let me see, probably that tag titles match.
I think my runner up is going to be Stratton versus Becky.
That's gonna
Yo,
be
I
one.
like
That's
yo,
gonna
I
be a
like
big
yo,
one.
like I don't like listen, I don't dabble into the white meat. Listen, got a big butt, but like yo, Tiffany Stratton is lit. Like even from the beginning, like we were talking about Tiffany when she first came up in the joint when she was running around and like doing her little moonsault. But it was like, yo, she don't know what she's doing yet, but like when she figure out, like it's gonna be good. Like I think she finally got that shit. So I think that's gonna be. I think if it's not gonna be this match, I think it's good. I think it's gonna be that one. But come on, Melo, you are the one. Literally, you are the one in the two. You got to prove that shit to Ilya Dragunov, who's supposed to be going with Braun to murder the entire main roster.
And like I really feel like Ilya Dragunov, like the segment that they had at the end of NXT this week, he was basically like, yo, man, like you needed Trick Williams to beat me. Like, I don't think you could do it on your own. And like he was like, yo, man, like I'm not these dudes that you've been out here beating up lately. And Carmelo Hayes let it slip because he was like, I'm not this dude, I'm not this dude. And he was like, I'm not Trick Williams. And like he stopped halfway through what he said, and he was like, like man, like I shouldn't have said that. So I think like after this, we're gonna get the full-fledged, like I think like the full-fledged rivalry of Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes. I don't want to see it because I don't want to see them fight against each other because like the friendship has run deep since day one, like since literally the first episode, like when they switched from Black and Gold to 2.0, like that's how long they've been riding together. And I really don't want to see it come to an end, but I feel like it's just around the corner.
I mean, it feels like you also can have that same exact feud with everybody being elevated, and it just, man, I hope it just doesn't get to that. But Ilya, you getting your Ilya ass whooped of it, it's motherfucking blood. you about to get stomped out. But look at the shade. Look, we got his primetime shit. Listen, Carmelo Primetime Hayes is gonna win. All right. Coach Melo is winning. All right. And Graham is picking Dragon Lee in this match because he's not here. So like he has Dragon Lee for every single match for this thing. And that is
and for the AEW too.
Yep. I'm saying it's Dragon Lee. It's Dragon Lee and Chris Statlander.
That's it for predictions. Do you have anything else you want to add to the show before we get out of here?
Only that. Let's get right back to look at her, blood. I just want you guys. Listen, no matter how much you guys don't like it, haha. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys try to push a whole bunch of nothing into my face, and then they didn't have 1/100th of the it that Jade was born with, let alone the thing that she's willing to work for. And just enjoy the ride, man. Enjoy the ride. Just like you enjoyed the ride of this motherfucking podcast, man.
Oh, there you go, man. Like last thing I want to say, did we talk about, like I can't remember, did we talk about the fact that Adam Cole is injured and he has to be out and he has to get surgery? I don't think we talked about that.
On his ankle?
Yeah, he has to get surgery on his ankle. Like apparently like he broke it in like 3 places. He has to get surgery. He's gonna be out. I forgot to mention this as well. MJF will be defending the ROH World Tag Team titles against the Righteous by himself.
Alone.
I forgot to throw that into predictions. Who do you pick on that? Do you pick the Righteous or you pick MJF?
I mean, MJF got 3 belts now, so I should give him like Captain Planet powers. So I'm picking MJF.
Yeah, give me MJF. I think like MJF gonna come out there and defend the belts by himself, like Shawn Michaels did when Triple H got injured, and he was just out there with John Cena, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm keeping DX alive. I'm keeping DX alive. Like I'll do the single entrance by myself, but like, yeah,
just me by myself, a sexy boy." You feel me? No Triple H.
yeah." And also, there looks like they're building towards Jay White versus MJF, and I'm here for it because they had an excellent promo and they went back and forth and it was great. I can't wait to see where they go from here. But that's all I had left to add. Just a little bit of cleaning up before we get out of here.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, man, you can find me at That's Me. You know what I'm saying? The super chats are on, which you should have been giving us money, but you didn't. Pieces of shit, but we love y'all anyway. But you say at the enemies PE3. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's the hub. You know what I mean? I'm at That's Me at _that's _me with 2 E's because I'm saying I'm twice as good and twice as fun. Pause. Because I know y'all niggas be trying to do some weird shit. Graham ain't here. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see. So that's why I went for 20 minutes extra that we supposed to. But he's oh my God, Graham. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, Graham, literally the king of the church emoji. And I'm gonna throw it to the champ for now. And you can tell him like he can throw it and then like follow him and then like say your shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at _SonOfMars_. And you can follow us everywhere at the enemies PE3. That goes for Twitter, that goes for Instagram, that goes for even TikTok, that goes for everything. And you can go to the link tree on the Twitter at the enemies PE3, and it'll show you everything. So you don't gotta put in the pesky you don't gotta type it in or whatever. You just go there, click on the link tree. It'll take you everywhere you need to. It'll take you to the Facebook group. It'll take you to the Twitch. It'll take you to the Discord. It'll take you everywhere. But also support the Patreon.
Do it.
Patreon.com/Public Enemies. Tap in, man. We got some good stuff. We got some good stuff over there. We got some good stuff on the way. CJ holding it down over there. We're gonna be uploading some new episodes of the Time Capsule. That's the show. Me and Mighty Vin. We talk about old school sitcoms. Like we got it in the works, so we're gonna do a review of The Last Dragon. Hopefully we can get hopefully schedules clear, stars align, and we can get fam from Black Wrestling to come over and help us review that. So, we got a lot of cool things on the way. So, pull up, show some love, and y'all have a good night.
Hey, man, as Graham would say, take care of yourselves and each other. Unless you guys don't love each other, then just take care of yourselves because yourself is number one. And deuces, Dame Lillard, haha, welcome to Milwaukee.
That's contract tampering, bro. That's contract.
Yo, that's tampering. Rachel Nichols.